You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show found on the Powerhouse radio station can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. How are you all doing? Hoping that you all are fantabulously fabulosa. Well, welcome to another edition of Reasoning Thursdays, right here with yours truly, Lady D. You have the big man himself, Darespecta. You have Jai in the house, waiting for Michelle to MC to log on. Noni's gonna be MIA for tonight, and also the Queen is going to be MIA for tonight as well. All righty. The Queen, we just praying for you and hoping that you feel much, 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 much better. I know that you said you'll be tuning in, but so listen, when you see the Queen don't come on, you know that the Queen is not feeling well. All right. So we definitely want to keep the Queen herself in our prayers, and just feel better, my sister. Just feel better. All righty. Well, you definitely have myself, Jai, the Respecter MC in the house with a host of reasoning topics. And yeah, we're gonna just dive on in there. I need Don. Don, I saw that you post something. I don't know what it's about, but I would really like to know what it's about. What artists doing what on stage? Now I know the only thing that I had a chance to glimpse was last week. I saw a clip with Bujo, and Bujo was gyrating on the stage, in his performance. Greetings, greetings, Dan said. Dan says greetings, greetings to you, Dan Minot. Dan Minot, I need to know, what are you talking about? I saw a post a little bit ago, before maybe about an hour ago, and I was gonna give you a ding to ask you, what was that? What was that? Which artist was doing what on stage? Now the only thing that I because this week I wasn't really on social media, to be truthful. But last week I had saw there was a clip with Buju Banton gyrating, winding up himself and go on when he must sing the song, but yeah. So I saw that one, but I don't think it's that tape. I don't think it's that stage performance that you're talking about. I would love to know what stage performance that you are talking about, though. So just hit us in the chat over here, and are also calling, because say inquiring minds want to know, what did I miss? I missed a big thing. All right, I missed a big thing. But before we dive in there, let's have each and every one of the panel say greetings to you all. Before I keep going, I just want to say big shouts to Victoria's 89.1 FM. Big shouts go out as well to you choose radio. Blessings to you. Yeah. So the Respecter, what's up, one? How you doing?
I want my sister to get better, get well, get strong, do some sit-ups. All right, eat some soup, drink some soup. All right, get well quick and fast. And I want to big up all of the laborites them who can't find food this morning, this evening, this afternoon, this night. That's it. What happened?
Labor rights, you say can't find food. Okay, okay. All right, we're going. I want to hear about that piece of pasa pasa. Jai, what's up, my sister? What's going on? Okay, Jai mute. Miss MC, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, madam. Ready to start this new program again this week. Good night, everyone. Blessings to the Queen. May she feel better soon. And it's good to be here with you guys tonight. And looking forward to reasoning with you all.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, when the queen misses a show, you know that the queen is not feeling well, you know. So we ask each and everyone to definitely keep Queen in your prayers, and that she feels much better and can join, because even when she feels down, Queen join, right? So you all know she's not feeling well at all. I know Jai said she'll be right back. Okay, so Mr. Dan Mine, it says, I don't want to call names. So don't call the name, Dan. Just go out you argue with the pastor master. We still want to know that. We still want to know the pastor who, all right, what stage? Because after, I guess we can maybe guess after a while whom or maybe we call the names, and because obviously it's a Rastafari that are a reggae singer that was on the stage with, I don't know, were they, you know, I just tell me off here, I'll call names on air. But Sabrina Park concert. Okay, I have to look that up. I'm going to definitely look that one up. I'm going to look that one up, and then I'll get back to everyone on that one right there. But listen, we have a host of topics. Um a lot of these topics belong to Queen, but that's okay. That is okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna Everdean's supposed to join us tonight as well. So I guess he can fill in a little bit in Queen's spot there. And so we're gonna get on there. For we have storm in Jamaica. The storm is brewing in Jamaica, right? That's one of the topics that is on our list. Pastor, we're gonna be talking about a little bit about this pastor business that's going on. The Winans, you know, CC Winans brother, and the way that it's alleged that he disrespected. Well, it's, I don't even can't say alleged, because only child, if somebody had said that to me, I'll be highly offended. But yeah, if I give money to a church and this is the response that they came back at with me, I'll be highly offended. So yeah, we're gonna touch that. And then they came back with a rebuttal, and with the rebuttal that was given to me, it was lame because I saw the first video. So maybe because we weren't at church, maybe the full context of it wasn't, but the little bit that I saw and with what was said, it still didn't warrant. But you all can tell for yourself, because I'm gonna play both of them for you all, okay? So you all can make up your mind on that. We want to say, has justice really been done for Ahmaud Arbery? Well, the verdict, the verdict is in, and the are we to say the sentencing has been handed down. Yeah, that's the right way. The sentencing has been handed down. Okay. Um uh, Also, what's going on with 47? I don't want to elaborate, and I think the panel tonight may agree with me too much on we not wanting to elaborate too much on 47, although there's a lot going on with 47. We have, what about our children? The children. All right. And we definitely have entertainment updates in your linkage here. And I guess this this one here with Sabrina Parker is definitely gonna be our entertainment upload. Want to say big shouts go out to you, Mama Acid. Mama Acid sending a clip to us, and was telling us about a lot of what we've already had on our list to reason on. To be honest, in regards to the bombing that's going on, that 47 has been doing in the waters. You know, bombing of the fishermen boats and saying that they are drug boats and all of these things, and the procedures that are being taken for the individuals whom um, lives were taken and the ones whom survived. And is it normal to do that procedure under that circumstance? You know, and so we're just gonna dive on in there. And voters' rights. We're getting a lot of states are going into vote for next month. And I know that there's early voting going on, folks. I really want you all to make sure that you all go on out there and vote. All right. And this is because as this individual here states, it might be our last time that we may can vote. I mean, we need to exercise our voting rights, because a lot of these things is definitely being held against us. So I want to touch this one real quick with you all, and it's because of our voting rights and because we go to the polls, and here in Georgia a lot of the polls are open, early voting. And I was told something about New York have some early voting. Y'all supposed to be voting for mayor. MC can attest to what's going on there. But it's important. It is very important for us to go and exercise our vote. I was watching this clip from this young lady, Karen. What's her name? Um, oh boy, her name just went right out of my head. But she's a powerful lady. Has been in media for quite some time. Maybe if I keep saying her name, then keep talking, then maybe maybe it will pop back into my head. But very powerful lady that has a wonderful program. Karen Hunter, and she was speaking in regards to going into a supermarket, and someone was saying to her, she was, they were talking about what's going on with the laws and what's going on with 47 and so on. So she said the way that the person was talking, she can see that the person did not vote. And so she went into it, and she said she just came bluntly and asked her, did you vote? And the person said no. Well, and then that individual gave all the reasons why she didn't vote. So Karen said she went to her and she just broke it down and said, listen, voting is very important. So because what you're doing at this point is leaving your hands to another person's for another person to make decisions of your life. You need to go in there and to cast your vote and do your due diligence in putting the person whom you want to represent what you're saying, because we know a lot of people saying that they don't go voting and thing, but it's important for us to go out and vote. It's very important for you to go on out and vote. So make sure that you're exercising um your just make sure your rights. Okay, so listen to this one right here. I'm just gonna play this real quick, and I'm hoping that this give you all charge to want to go out there and to vote for in this November election. Start from now especially here in Georgia. We're voting for utility and a couple of other districts voting here in Georgia. We need to make sure that we go on out and vote, people. All right, go and vote is important because right now these electric bills that a lot of us is facing is madness, and we need to get that person out and somebody else in that's going to come with some better rates and some better talk so that our pockets can ease up. I don't know if you all are not feeling it, but I am feeling it. My light bill coming like it double. All right. So listen to this one right here.
All right, there's a case that's before the Supreme Court today, Louisiana versus Calais. And it's not really getting the attention that it should be getting, and it is a big deal. So I just want to take a break in my regular things that I normally post right now because I think I need to talk about this. This case could decide whether Black and brown people have voting rights left in this country. And I know that sounds dramatic, y'all, but it's not, I promise. This is about the last part of the Voting Rights Act that still actually works. So here's what's going on, right? The Voting Rights Act was created back in 1965 to stop states from making it harder for people to vote just based on race. And most of these protections have been stripped over the years. But there's one piece left, and that's Section 2. That's the part that says that states can't draw voting maps or create laws that make it harder for Black and brown people to have their votes count. It's how communities have been fighting back against gerrymandering, which is when politicians redraw maps to keep certain groups out of power, essentially. And Section 2 is the reason that any of those unfair maps get challenged at all. So now Louisiana's in front of the Supreme Court today, saying something incredibly ridiculous, but also very dangerous. They're basically saying that states shouldn't be made to consider race when trying to fix racial discrimination. That makes no sense. Like, how do you fix racism without looking at race? You can't. But that's their argument, and the Supreme Court agreed to hear it. And if the Supreme Court sides with them, Section 2 won't be completely gone. It'll stop working. Because if you can't talk about race, then you can't prove racism. That's the loophole. Back in the 80s, the Supreme Court tried to make this law weaker. They said that you had to prove that racism was intentional. Like you needed someone caught saying, yeah, I did this to stop Black people from voting. And that made cases almost impossible to win. So Congress actually stepped in and said, if a law ends up hurting Black voters, then that's enough. You don't have to prove impact, just intent. That's how Section 2 got stronger again. That's how Black, Native, and Latino communities started winning back fairer representation. But Calais could undo all of that progress. If Louisiana wins this case, there won't be any real federal law to protect voters of color. The part that used to stop states from changing laws without permission, that died in 2013 with Shelby County v. Holder. And this would take away what's left. And we already know what happens when that guardrail disappears. After Shelby, Texas, Alabama, and North Carolina, they all started passing voter ID laws that targeted Black and brown people. And in Pasadena, Texas, they redrew maps overnight to weaken Latino power. It's the same pattern every time. They just keep waiting until nobody's looking. So yeah, Louisiana v. Calais isn't on every headline, but it should be. Because this case is not just about one election. It's not just about one instance. This is not just one case. It's about whether our votes, our voices, really still matter after this election is over. So if they gut Section 2, discrimination in voting won't just get worse. It'll get harder to prove. And when something can't be proven, it can't be stopped. And that's how they win quietly. Not with violence this time, but with paperwork and silence. I'm going to put a handful of legal organizations below that are working to stop this oppression. If you can donate, please do. But if you have a voice, you don't need a platform. If you have a voice, spread the word. More of us need to know about this. Authoritarian systems survive on fatigue. The way you stop them is through repetition, connection, and support for the causes made to protect us. Yeah. Land of the free.
All right. All right. So I just wanted to drop that there for all of the listeners. Please go on and exercise your votes while you have it. Because you see, once and if these votes are taken away from us, then you all are going to be the same one sitting there and saying, I wish I had voted. You're going to be the same ones there saying, I wish I had went and voted. Okay. So this coming election, November, whatever states that you are in here in the United States of America, I know we have listeners everywhere, but United States of America, for all of the states whom are voting for next month and whom have early voting right now, you all need to go on out there and go cast your votes. All righty. Anyone want to touch it? Shell, Jai, and let's welcome 100 Bar to the panel for the evening. Sitting in. How you
Hello,
doing?
everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, 100 Bar. How are you? Nice to meet you. Welcome to the
Nice to meet you
panel.
too.
All right, all right.
Hi,
Blessed.
sorry I didn't get to introduce or say hello because I was away. But hi, everybody.
All
Hi,
right.
Jai.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Jai, Jai. All right. Yeah. Well, we invited 100 Bars on the program tonight because remember last week 100 Bar chimed in and said that he feels that we are heading towards a civil war. So we definitely wanted to know what that was about. But before we do that, the respecter, you wanted to chime in?
No, go ahead.
Okay. All righty. Did anyone want to chime in
Yeah.
regards to the okay, go ahead.
Okay, so speaking of taking our votes away, it's as we know, it happened in Texas where they tried to eliminate five I think it was like a certain amount of seats to limit those senators.
Yes.
And now they're doing this, having this you know, the suit in court to
Yeah.
decide if they're going to take away the remainder of our votes. You
Mhm.
know, I'm telling you, our ancestors fought for these rights,
Yeah.
and and then now we're here at this point, and we first of all, we don't even have a handle on everything. These are the little things we have, and for them, it's still not enough. They still want to continue to crush the little thing that we have left. You know, it's unfair, it's evil. And then the next thing I want to say is, um, they've had this in place for a while, because I was watching something. It talked about Mitch McConnell, who was the former Speaker of the House at one time, and he at one point stacked the courts to make sure there were judges in place to make the rulings that the Republicans wanted, so that these things of us losing our rights and stuff like that would happen.
Yeah.
So, it just continues, and it's unfair, it's evil, and we have to do something about this, and as you said, Lady D, get out and vote for those judges, and we need to research
Yeah.
what the stances of these judges are, because we can't just put any judge. Yeah, we vote, but we need to know. It would
Definitely.
be great if there was some type of Instagram channel or someone who researches all the judges and say, you know what, this was the past of this one, this was the past, and we can choose. But right now we have to do our own research, and we need to know,
Yeah.
which judge to vote for, not to just vote for anyone. So, that's my piece.
Yeah, and we do have a little time. So, I think election is the 5th. So I think that in some areas it's going to
Fourth,
be
I
on
believe.
the 10th. Go ahead, Jack.
No, I was gonna say I think it's the fourth, but no, I was just agreeing. I think this is an eye opener now, the time that we're in, that you can't just look at, oh, who's going to be our president, and start really looking at everything. Because if you even look at California and what they're doing now, how they're threatening to take away the SNAP benefits for November 1st, which, if you really look at it, they're just being shady because of Thanksgiving and the shutdown.
Mhm.
But they turned around, they're lowering, they did their own thing for insulin prices where they're $11 in California. So it's really important to go out and vote and put in place who's really going to look out for you and not just depend on who's the president.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. 100 bars. You want to touch it?
Well, yes, it's very important for people to go out and vote because, if you want your rights, you got to use it or you will lose it.
Yeah.
And to touch on the topic about taking our rights, the government, they could, pass certain laws or declare certain emergencies,
Mm.
and right there, our rights, our law, everything is going down the drain if certain thing happen. Martial law, for instance. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that we have to stop in this country that is going on right in front of our face, and we can't do anything about it unless we step out and vote.
So voting is very important. The respecter, did you want to touch it?
The, we all vote, and our selected few that needs to understand that they need to start take up the sword and do the right thing. The more we motivate someone we know that didn't vote, and just reach out to neighbors, people you come in contact with, the better it will be. But I just want to praise everyone who have been voting all these years, and not to get discouraged. Just keep going out and do what you're supposed to do.
Definitely, definitely. So once again, here in Georgia, I know that we're voting on November the 4th. So we encourage each and every one to go out, find out when is your voting day in your state, and exercise your rights, because as this young lady just stated, with the case going on in Louisiana versus Calacine, it is a possibility that they can remove that discrimination law. And where does that put us? Are we going forward or are we going backwards? So please, people, go on out and exercise your vote while you have it. It was fought for. All
And
right.
and you know what I wanted to add too?
Yeah.
What 100 bars is talking about when he said the martial law, which is where, because right now the president is not allowed to send military into our states without the permissions or of our governors, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, with showing all the ICE agents and military in our states, he's trying to get us comfortable and used to seeing it, so that when he does martial law, everybody's not up in arms because we've been seeing this happen to us, you know? So it's like trying to dull it. So we're not as angry or not as upset and want to fight for our rights as much, you know? I wanted to say that. And the next part I wanted to say, piggyback on what you're saying, when who sit down, the 90 million, get off your bottom and go vote. You can't sit on your body this time. And the 70 million people who voted for that side, a lot of them is not happy. Come join the other side and vote.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Get get what we need. Get these people. What they're trying to do that's against us, the rights that they're trying to take away, the laws they're trying to make against us, the judges they're trying to put in place, or who are making these decisions. We need to put people in place who's going to fight for us, or at least hear us or see us.
Yeah.
And
You know,
to add on to what you were saying, add on to what you're saying right now, you know, some of these elections are the most important election, like voting for the judges, Congress, legislative, and stuff like that. And people don't turn up as much as for like the presidency and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
there's other entity out there that's more important than I mean, than the president itself,
Yeah.
like Congress, because remember, the president has to go through Congress to make certain laws go through. If Congress do not approve them, it cannot go through. Yes, the president veto law, but at the same time, it has to go through Congress. And a lot of people do not turn up to like vote for like Congress members, judges, and stuff like that. You know.
you know you know 100 bars, we've been preaching that on this program for almost the last 18 years. We've been preaching that your local elections are the most important elections. When we're having these lines that's going all around the corner, up the hill, down the hill, and back again, voting for president, that is still based off your electors coming as well from your local elections. Your you it's And we have to drive this into our listeners year after year, month after month. Even when we're not in an election season, we're driving it into our listeners that your local elections is the most important elections. And that is so, it's such a sad thing because that is when the least amount of voters are coming out.
Exactly.
That's when we don't get enough vote. Everyone running talking about, oh, I'm voting for the president. Even when you get the majority, it's who the electors vote in. So go and do your local voting, people, your local voting. Like this one right now, as I said, I'm going to vote, especially with this utility business. We need a new utility man in the office because this one, my 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 electric bill has double. This one needs to be booted out. You know what I'm saying? It needs to go have a seat.
It's nothing like hitting your pockets. But
Okay.
but you know what also, even if you vote for your electors, I mean your the legislative branch, your congressman who
Yeah.
represents you. And if they do make the laws, right? And if the president does veto it, right? It goes back to them and they can actually override the president's veto.
All
There
right.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we're teaching you all. We're teaching you all. I'm hoping you all are listening. Don't let your rights. Don't lose these rights. Go out there and exercise the rights that you have before you don't have it. And sometime when we don't have something, that's when we miss it.
Yep. Use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it. All right. All right. So we're just gonna we're going to move on. I'm gonna knock out 47 out of the the ballpark so we can reason on some other stuff because I definitely still want to get the insight on the Civil War aspect, and we want to definitely get into the entertainment and our children. But 47 is doing a lot of things out there, and we don't call the name, we just say 47. So 47 is out there doing a lot of things that is not right. And at this point, there's no one to stop him. I mean, honest, I just look at it. Maybe you all can come with a different perspective on it. But for me, I don't even know who is going to stop him because we don't have any Republicans in there with a backbone, you know, and Democrats can do but so much because the GOP them have the White House, they have the Senate, they have the House, they have the judicial system, they have everything. So right now, even the Supreme Court they have, because which is the judicial, they have just given this man um access where he can do anything that he wants and not be prosecuted as long as he is president.
True.
Now he is bombing. He is bombing ships in the oceans and killing off innocent people. If some is not innocent, there are still innocent people there. And what happened to the due process before you just go and you just bomb on waters that may not even be yours? What are we inciting here? Are we trying to incite is a war? What exactly are we doing?
Hmm.
Who is stopping this man? There's no one there to stop him, and it's so scary.
And he's going around provoking everybody.
Everyone.
So
Everyone. Yeah,
I
go.
I feel like when after the smoke clears, when we hear the true atrocities, these are the things that we hear and we see, and it's been reported to us, right? Not through the regular news, but through these IG Instagram channels. When we hear what really happened, who was on these boats and what's going on, I know we are just gonna be so floored and just completely, and I don't even know, dismay to find out what's really going on because we're not. They're giving us a story, but they
Well,
all more. to it. And when we find
I've,
that really
I've,
happening,
I've,
oh
I've
boy.
saw one of them. I saw one of them, and I think it was like a baby mother of one of the victim that was on the boat. She said she know him all her life, and she don't know him as running no nothing illegal across no water or nothing like that. They went out there to fish.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's one of the individual that passed away. Now, as
yeah,
which makes you go is
yes.
so far there's been 27 fishermen
Hmm.
that's been killed since September.
But there's something more.
Since September
There's something more to the story.
27. But now there's definitely something more, MC, because of the fact that um two have survived. They, out of all the killings that has or murders or whatever you want to call it that has happened,
Mhm.
two have survived. And they did not choose to bring them back to the American courts. That's a lot of what I'm seeing. They did
Hmm.
not choose to bring them back to American courts. They want to deport them into their own country and to have their own country, Venice, Colombia, to deal with them.
Yeah.
So everyone is asking, what is the due pro? This is not the way it's supposed to be, because if you where's you supposed to put this out into this into in you supposed to play this thing out in the courts here in America,
Yeah,
show whatever proof that you have,
Yeah.
so but
He
you have,
doesn't want something to get out. They know something. And if they talk or whatever, because when it's happening in their country, you won't really hear anything. But it
yeah.
happened here, you're gonna hear more, whatever this.
it's not even that. Remember, they have the power to silence the media too, and put the narrative that they feel that we're comfortable with.
Well, with
That's what
that
they've
with
been
that
doing.
with that lingua that you just said, hundreds bar, and then we're gonna hear from the respect and then hear from Jai. Is With that lingua, they have it now in the White House where they have to sign a contract with the White House in order to be able to come into the White House to get press briefings.
Yes,
And
exactly.
there's a lot of the news agencies that are saying they're not doing this. This
Yeah,
is
only one signed. Only one of them signed.
Yeah, one signed. And but I was reading something earlier today that said that there were a couple more that buckled, but I'm not sure of what outlets those are. So by next week, hopefully, I can have those outlets whom have buckled to this. How can you sign a contract that you can only tell the masses what you want them to tell? That's
Hmm.
that's not free press at all. Go
No,
ahead,
it's
the
not.
respecter. You want to chime in?
Yeah, most of what's going on is going on by other people. It's not 47. Yeah, he's finding out about it at some
Yep,
point.
I agree with
But
you.
a lot of things that's going on, he don't know.
Yep,
He's only
I
heard
believe
about it
you.
after it happened, and he say he'll sign off on it. He's not calling the shots. There's a lot of people doing things that they're not supposed to be doing.
That's true.
Exactly. You're right on. Spot on.
That is true. He's just a fall guy. You're right about that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
In
and
your
we,
head. Yep.
we've already um just about kind of sorta, but I think we need to dissect a little bit more of the Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation, as well as the Project Esther that is being in play as well. Jean says, well, just this afternoon he was bragging about how many times he was impeached. And Sharon says, Mike Johnson needs to swear in the Arizona Congresswoman. Thanks for
Yes.
Exact. That's ridiculous.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yes.
hitting that one, Sharon.
I'm
He,
telling you.
he won't swear her in. Right? Anyone want to touch that? He won't swear. I'm finding her name because I can never say her name properly. Um he won't sign her in, and he has been in this position already where he has signed in congressperson even though the government was shut down, but now he's not doing that either. That's another big atrocity.
But
There
gonna tell her she needs to go work for her constituents with no access to anything.
I mean,
Listen, as we said before, they could tell us anything. They could tell us that the government shut down and put everything on pause while they're still playing on in the background. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Now I'm trying to bring up her name. New Adelita Gray Jaliva. Adelita Gray Jaliva. She's the newly elected representative from Arizona. All right, that Mike Johnson will not swear in. All right, even though she won a special election. All right. So, I mean, whom is there to check these people?
The Democrats. But they're not putting any fear in the Republicans' heart that look, after Trump 47 is no longer, all of you going to be prosecuted for contempt and on all of the breaking of the law. The
But,
Democrats need to step up and talk about these things.
but did you not see that Trump that 47 says that he's going to for all of the cases that he's been charged with, he's going to run American bill up 200 and something. It's alleged 200 and something billion or $1 million.
Oh
For
yeah, he's suing for 230 million.
yeah,
Now, I did want to comment on what the respecter just said. I wouldn't say they're not doing anything, because we still have to keep in mind the Republicans have they own the House. They got everything right about now. So the
Yeah,
shutdown is based off of them. But if we're going to be realistic, this is the best fight and skin in the game they really have to
exactly.
save certain Americans as far as the benefits that are that they can receive. And
I agree.
so the agenda that they're pushing is it's for immigrants. They're saving it for immigrants because they're
Hmm.
trying to get their party riled up, because what pissed them off more than brown people, immigrants, women,
And the law,
and abortions.
yeah,
And the
there you go.
transgender.
And oh yeah, and LGBTQA.
yeah.
QIA. What pisses them off more than that? So what they're gonna do is let me see how we can tickle their toes. It's for the immigrants. And if rural America don't go open a book one time for me, just one time. I just need them to open a book one time and understand this is why your hospitals are closing. Even I seen this disabled guy online blaming him about to lose his Medicaid and the shutdown on the Democrats. And I'm like, this poor Tink Tink.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what you're saying. Like these middle America that are either middle class and who are for him, living in the Midwest, they don't realize because of these hospitals that accept Medicaid, keep hospitals in the community open.
But
And
MC, the thing is, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's so funny how we can say they don't realize, because if you really look back, even if we're going to talk about farmers for just a second, you
right.
screwed them over your last term. And they turned around and still bit themselves in the behind. So it still, to me, it still goes back to you're willing to cut your own legs off just to get your way or to show your bigotry.
They didn't learn from the first time. The
No,
last,
no. Hate is what drives. Hate is what's driving them. Because and it's the thing is it's funny saying funny, but it's not really funny. But the black farmers never used to receive those payments that the white farmers used to receive, and somehow the black farmers found a way to still survive. So now when they vote for this man, 47 comes in, and they don't get, you know they don't get the opportunity to get these stipends or the money that they used to get. The black farmers are sitting there surviving, and they're crying and boo-hooing. Oh my gosh! But
No,
the black
But
no.
it's
farmers
even
are hungry.
crazier that you
Oh
say
no!
that, because look how history is repeating itself. Back when the recession happened and segregation was in place, when they didn't want us to have bank accounts and they didn't want us buying certain homes in certain areas, and everybody was losing everything, it was the brown people who saved, even let's say the big car company Cadillac, because we had cash on hand.
Mhm. And that is why I keep on.
Hey,
That
good
is why
point.
I keep on saying to the listeners, year after year, 18 years, I keep saying to the listeners, take some of that money out of that bank. If you have to take
True.
the money, bury it. If you have to take some money, put it somewhere. I don't know where you're going to put it, but don't leave all of your cash in the bank, because
Never.
those
Mm-mm.
electronic freezes and all of you can't get access to that money, you're gonna be crying. You're gonna get what the duck get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sharon says he don't want to because it would tip the scale.
And they,
That's why Mike Johnson does not want to swear in Adelita Grajalva.
Yeah.
they,
That, and they said also there's a vote that they're supposed to be making, and he wanted to make that vote before she came in. So just like what she said, took the scale. He wanted to make the vote before she came in. I know it was Epstein files or something. So he
Yes,
wanted to
yes,
wait.
yes. I
So
was just reading that. I was just
yes,
reading that. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays has threatened legal action if Drijava is not sworn in soon, as she is seen as a key figure in a petition related to the Epstein files. The
there you go.
situation has
That's
escalated,
exactly.
with Democrats threatening legal action against Johnson for his refusal to administer the oath of office.
and the only solution is what we discussed a couple of years ago:
Uh-huh.
a civil war.
Ah,
Yeah,
well,
It's
we
gonna
gonna
happen.
take
yeah,
a civil war.
It's
yeah,
gonna happen.
yeah.
Let me tell
I'm
you.
All
telling
right,
you.
100 bars.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
telling
well,
you.
well, you know what? The MAGA's been ready. They had their 200-acre compound in Tennessee.
Are we
Where
ready?
all the web,
Hey,
remember?
that's the thing. That's the thing about it. The black neighborhood, the black and brown neighborhood is way behind
Okay.
with
So
everything.
You
we're
know,
gonna
Prepper.
hope not, right? Because remember in Georgia, they I remember there was this white
yeah,
nationalist group or something was coming
yeah.
there, and
Mhm.
this black militia group came with their weapons and everything and said, I
mhm.
wish you would come here to Georgia. I don't know what part of Georgia, I don't know, Atlanta or wherever. He said, I wish you would come here. And they had their weapons ready. That white group never showed up. So
Yeah. But listen, they have retreated. But being for them to retreat don't mean that they're not going to come back. And
that's
as
true.
John Minded has said several times,
And
the
and 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 to add to that, a couple of months ago, a couple of them came down there to Georgia and they were killed.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh wow, I
yes,
didn't hear
yes,
that's
about that.
right.
neighborhood, yeah, it's this neighborhood,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
So it's a lot going on behind the screen that's not on social media or people not talking about because they're ready. But the big question is, are we ready? And we're to answer the question, no, we're not.
I don't.
Okay.
Certain part of
But then it gets a little deeper because it's so sad when you really think about it. It's like, what are y'all so angry about? You
Oh,
legit have everything that you want.
Yeah.
Everything that you wanted, you have received. And yet and still, you are so angry.
yeah.
well,
Well,
we
I'm
have
gonna
What is
to
your
start.
problem?
And
I'm gonna let
yeah.
the respect to go ahead and speak, and then I'm gonna play a clip from Joy Reid,
Okay.
which addresses that, which is asking basically that same question. Jai, go ahead, the respecter.
Mhm.
Certain part of Atlanta, no matter who you are, you can't cross that line. So you're not gonna make it out.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
telling you.
All right,
It's
but
a
I
lot.
think we're behind too, like 100 said.
I'm gonna play this clip, and then we all can dive back into the conversation, the reasoning. Here we go.
Why are y'all so angry? You have the House, you have both houses of Congress, you have a Supreme Court that is completely obedient to your president. They're willing to give him unlimited power. They're willing to say that he can take SEAL Team 6 and kill anybody he wants. They were willing to affirm that. They're willing to say that ICE can racially profile anybody they want. The United States Supreme Court has said you can racially profile Latinos based on their accent or the way they look. You guys have everything you want. You have legal racial profiling. You've ended DEI. You've ended affirmative action. You get all the best jobs, even if you're not qualified. You can be a Fox Weekend host and be the Defense Department Secretary of Defense. You can be Kash Patel and be a podcaster who wants to go to Valhalla and run the FBI, as long as you're conservative. You have everything. Why are y'all so angry? What the fuck are you angry about? You've banned all of our books. You've banned Black history. You banned the 1619 Project. You don't have to compete with women for jobs. You've chased them out of the military. You've chased them out of the senior positions in the Department of Defense. You've gotten rid of all the Black history in the museums. Museums are terrified. I have contacts that I'm talking to inside of the Interior Department, people who are running all of those spaces where you can go and see a Civil War memorial or something. The people who work in these places are terrified. They're afraid to tell the real history. The people who are working for the federal government are afraid to say the word Black. You guys have canceled Black scholarships. You're damn near, I guess, ready to get rid of HBCUs. Donald Trump just recently said they're not going to fund any minority serving institution. Y'all have gotten rid of that. You've gotten rid of help for Black kids to go to college. What more do you want? What are you so angry about? I go every so often, I go and lurk and look on X Twitter. Y'all are the maddest people ever. Y'all are so angry for people who have everything. Y'all said you want your country back. You have it. The rest of us are sitting back and trying to keep our peace and preserve our peace while you all are running the country. If the airlines are crashing, that's you. That's the people you wanted to run the United States government. The FBI, y'all are laughing at them on X Twitter and saying that they look ridiculous. That's your FBI. They've purged the people who made the FBI what it was. It's not what you wanted. You have your podcasters running the FBI. You have your friend from the real world running the Department of Transportation. That's what you wanted. There's no longer a gay guy there. The gay guy's gone. The gay guy's at home with his kid and his husband. He's not in charge anymore. The Department of Justice is what you wanted. It's your Justice Department that won't release the Epstein files. If you're mad about the Epstein files, you shouldn't be mad at me and the left. You need to be mad at Donald Trump. You all have the country. You run every red state like it's already Project 2025. You won't let women have abortions in Texas. They're literally dying of sepsis. That's what you wanted. You wanted women to have only 6 weeks to get an abortion in Georgia. You got it. You wanted Texas to be a petri dish and a laboratory for every right-wing, anti-Black, anti-gay, anti-trans idea. And you also got rid of vaccines. Every child in Florida is now going to go to school with kids who could give them measles, mumps, and rubella and COVID. That's what y'all wanted.
All right. So, what do you all think they're mad about? That's a good. What do you all think they're mad about?
You know what? When you think about it, right?
That we're not in compliance.
Yeah. That and think about it. You're mad. You got all these things, right? And you're still in the same place where you are.
Yeah.
You know, as in you're not more wealthier. Life, you have your privilege, but there's still that big divide. You still don't. Those people who are angry, because mostly the wealthy people are sitting up there. They don't care. They have their money, whatever. As long as I'm getting mine. It's the people that are in the middle, but like the poor class of that group of people are angry. I guess their life, they have everything, but their life, I guess their life is not better. And they probably look online and still see Black people still thriving, and it makes them angry.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know?
And I wanted to say this. Sharon just made me laugh. I had to. Sharon just made me giggle. Sharon says, we are focused on 47, but it's not him. If 47 don't know he governs over Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, you think he is running this country?
She's so right.
Exactly. Yes.
And I was just getting ready to say it's the Heritage Foundation.
He said we need to
Heritage
look
Foundation.
Yep. 2025.
Yep. Peter Thiel, Stephen Miller.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, I mean, it looks like we need to dissect once on this program, once again, this Project 2025 and this Project Esther, because Project Esther seems to be even worse than Project 2025.
Did you guys finally read it?
It's a lot of projects.
I read some of Project Esther, and it is scary. I was even talking to someone this weekend in regards to it, and she was like, I never heard of Project 2025 or Project Esther. And I said, how could you not have heard about Project 2025? Even Kamala Harris was talking about it when she was running. How could you not have heard that? And I said, and that also tells me that you're not listening to Reasoning Thursday, because if you were listening to Reasoning Thursday, you would have been had knowledge on that from last year. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I always say it. You miss
She
a
missed a
little.
lot.
You miss a lot. You miss a little. You miss a lot. Okay, because it's crazy that you don't know. And if she can say that, imagine. I'm just thinking of how many other people out there really don't is not paying attention. Is really really not paying attention.
And Project Esther is linked to DARPA.
Is linked to who?
DARPA.
Okay.
And guess who owns all of that? BlackRock.
You know, I wanted to get some of those stocks. Yes. Oh my goodness. I
Me
guess
too, but it's so expensive.
it is. Man,
Mhm.
we're gonna have to decipher. I think we need to get into deciphering Project Esther because we did a lot with Project 2025, but we've never got into deep. Jai was the one that really brought the Project Esther to our attention. You know, um, so Jai, we most definitely that told us that listen, you all may have heard of it, but are you all really looking into it?
Right.
Yeah.
But remember now,
Mhm.
Democrats really failed us a lot because this was going on while Biden was still president. And there,
before he
there
before he
wasn't,
became president.
huh?
Before he became president.
Even then, yeah.
Exactly.
So
We're not going to take away the good. I feel like everybody is so like hell bent on trying to say that he didn't do a lot when in reality he did.
they
Um
had not Jai, they had the power at that time to see what was going to happen if Trump wins. If he wins, then all knew what was going to happen. And he had the power, they all had the power to put some laws out there to crush that. They could have stopped it before he even got to where it is
but
now.
he still came in and reversed them.
It was too late.
He came in and he reversed some.
It
He was
was too
he
late.
was
And then you were
Used executive
warned
orders
when
too.
homegirl was running and everybody gave her they tell the kiss.
They were too nice. Democrats are too nice.
Remember the laws that both sides make is to make their party look good and could get away with certain things. When the next party step in, they try to reverse as much as possible and put theirs in. That's how it work.
One party cheats. We
Yeah,
all should know that by now. One party cheats. At all costs, they want to win. The Democrats remain Mr. Nice Guy. And you can't continue being that way.
yeah, the Democrat, yeah, they did good and they did bad. Both parties did good and bad because you got
Exactly.
you, when it comes to Republican, it's the same thing. Both are aiming for the same goal.
What I'm talking about is the votes. There's no in history show that the Democrats stole a vote or election.
That's what Lady D said earlier. When it comes to the presidency, at the end of the day, it's the
electoral.
electoral that counts.
Electors. Big up yourself, Kamar. Thanks for checking
So,
in, cuz. Blessings.
so even that, the Democrat at times had the power to eliminate that. They could have voted on getting rid of the elector.
How?
You can't get rid of the electoral.
That's what you can't get rid of that.
The law.
They
That's
could
the
have brought it.
process of law.
They
You're
could have brought
basically
it
asking them to do the same thing that's happening now if you're asking them to get rid of the electoral votes.
because it benefit the Republicans mostly.
All right, all right. I'm gonna show
Are
you a
you
thing, right? What's
gerrymandering,
his name?
Darespecta?
Inspector, right?
Race.
The
All
respect.
right,
The respecter.
Respector. Yo, Wagwan. You see, if that should happen, this is what's gonna happen, right? The government itself will come to a collapse. Not only that, everybody will run up and down. Let me say it in a Jamaican way. Everybody will run with them a chop off, right? The only way to get rid of the electoral, unless the people themselves stand up. The people. When I said the people, all for one, one for all.
So, okay, think about this: government, state, and church.
Right.
Why is church only work when it's benefiting government?
Say that one more
Why,
time. I'm
why
sorry.
is the electorals are supposed to be all Christians or
Hmm.
society Christian?
In private, yeah.
So why is it allowed when the church really can't fight for us? The
No,
preachers are
because
afraid to fight for us.
it's allowed. Because remember, back in the days, the church was the ones to make the law. They're the first one to make the law and write about the law and stuff like that. That's how the law became about. Because church was the law.
The
Yeah, so
Catholic. The Catholic. Go ahead.
both sides are criminal either way.
Oh yes, I
So
agree. I agree.
it just,
Yeah.
I think something can be done. It just the
Ag-
Democrats need to come together and fight tough.
Again, if the Democrat come together and fight, the people have to stand behind them, and vice versa, the Republican.
And that
But
is why. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
if the people themselves stand up, the American people and worldwide stand up, what do you think will happen? The government themselves will collapse. In couple
That's not
in
a
a
bad thing.
No, listen, in a couple island or wherever state, wherever, not in America but other island, other country. Do you know that they got like two or three country that run by AI as a government?
Mm. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what's looking like it want to happen to America.
But
Yep.
AI just came about a few years ago.
No, 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 no.
Mm-mm.
Artificial intelligence.
Mm-mm.
No, it
AI been
wasn't
around
like
before
this.
me
It's
and
been
you.
It
around.
wasn't
What
like
do you
this. It's been
say?
around, but it wasn't like this.
No, no,
They
no.
just released an article stating that
Man,
it's not looking good even for, let's say, our kids when it's time for them to, even let's say, career wise, and they want to go into corporate America. They're stating in
COVID.
this article that I read that the students are still basically back on 1975, and AI is way far beyond them. So that's what's going to be taking jobs, taking places, and filling seats.
hmm
You ever watch the Jetsons? Kamar says under Joe Biden, I get my solar. He got his solar house. Yeah, but have you all ever watched the Jetsons? It's
Yes.
Yes,
the future. It's the future.
the Jetson before the Jetson. What about Star Trek?
Star Trek. If
iRobot.
I always say, if it don't go so, we go
It
near the
close.
sun. These things are things that has been that has is being researched and done long time ago.
Yeah, but you see, the caveat with that, right, is that although AI is taking over, they had a hotel, was it is in Japan, where it was
Mm.
fully run by AIs. No people.
Supermarket, everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you remember when
listen, but the hotel was fully run by AIs, and guess what? They had a lot of issues, so they realized they had to have some humans there to help with the running of the hotel because a fully run AI hotel had its kinks, and they did need some humans there. So they had to revisit, you know.
But they're
So
testing that theory here as well because they had a completely AI ran McDonald's. There's a couple of chains that are
Oh yeah.
testing the theory.
yeah.
Hey, you know the funny thing is, when I was on the plane coming to America for the first time, the flight attendant looked at me and my other two brothers and said, "Yo, you see on the tree, on the don't fall feet, the World Wide Web. When time it come out years after, and look at this now,
It's running the world.
it's running the
Right.
world." And I'm talking about before them evil come out with the first big screen computer in a school.
Okay. It's running the world. I've been saying it for even the last, I guess, maybe 10 years that on the program that people don't even stand. I know it may be a little inconveniencing for you when you go food shopping, but don't go into those self-checkout lines. Even today, going to yesterday, going to Home Depot. Now they have all of their cash registers as self checkout. I
And
just
cashless.
I say, can I have somebody to help me, please? People is not even realizing that It's taking their jobs. We soon don't have jobs if we keep it up. See, man, here goes Sharon. Sharon says it's amazing. It's amazing to me how everyone is surprised of what is happening now. November the 1st, SNAP food stamp is not going out. Only thing is people of color know how to survive. But what happened to the disabled population and our seniors? What happens? What happens? I mean, it's
Nothing's gonna change with them.
it's crazy what
Nothing's
is
gonna change
going
with the
on.
seniors.
Say that again, there, Spectre.
Nothing is gonna change with the seniors. They're gonna keep being neglected.
Mm-mm.
They was forever being neglected.
Ah, that's true. Medication, all of those things. They have been, but a lot not now that they, yeah, okay, let's say we acknowledge that a lot of seniors and disabled, intellectually disabled or mentally disabled, um persons are have been neglected, but now a lot of them is going to be displaced. Okay, because with the cutbacks and all that is going on, and that is one thing that I need persons to understand why even the fight that the Democrat is having is hurting a lot of people. I know. Okay, I know, and I sympathize and all, but that's the only leg they have left to stand on. If a lot of these cuts and these things take place, it's a lot of persons is going to get hurt, and a
That's
lot
true.
of people is going to be displaced. Michelle, you were saying something, and with the SNAP food, I was reading an article today, and I think I put it on our group. As with the SNAP, they're
Hmm.
saying how many persons are not going to even get it again, and how many cities are not even is will not even have the SNAP program anymore in their state. So this is really, really
It's a wickedness to that. It's
Hey,
quite evil. This
you know,
can you imagine?
you got to ask yourself sometime, right? A serious question you got to ask yourself: Is this government run or for the people, or is it a self-ran government that's against the people?
against the people.
I I wouldn't just say it's against people. I would say it's for the profit.
It's for
So
the
whether
1%.
whether it helps or hurts people, it doesn't matter as long as they get their profit. You know, because
And
But we are their prophet.
now, yeah,
You
so
get what I'm saying? We are their prophet, and
go ahead.
without us, there wouldn't be no policing because our taxpayer help pay their salaries and stuff like that. And if all of that should come to a halt, like government shutdown, why is I still running out and doing wild things if the government shut down, for instance, and their federal employees? You get where I'm coming from?
the biggest
Well,
negative of the
but I
government
feel like there's so many of us. I'm sorry that we're expendable. You
is
know,
Exactly, exactly.
the government allowed from way, way back billionaires to intervene.
Hmm.
Billionaires control the government.
Of course.
Yeah, and
Gates
they control
and
them.
all of
Go ahead.
them control the government.
Yeah, they control them through the lobbyists. It's the lobbyists. That's why I feel like I'm like, you know what?
Donations.
Let's talk about this. I don't know if it's pie in the sky or some type of utopia, but if we could have our own, like black fund, like who supports the black and brown or the black people, whoever, who supports our rights, right? And if we could have a fund where we trust somewhere to have we send this money, because each of us send 10, $5, millions of us, right? Send the money and it's and it stays in this fund area, the banking or wherever we put it. And whenever reparations come around, we flood that person's campaign because they're going to push reparations because that's how they get things done. They flood that person's campaign with money, and after they're elected, they fund them. Give them money for this,
Yes,
and
you're right.
they allow them to stay in their country house or stay in their island for a week for them to push their interests. Why do you think, we talked about APAC with the Israel? Why do you think that no one ever, Democrats, Republican, no one ever goes against AIPAC? And Israel always get what they want. They get money, and we wonder, oh, this is
You
happening.
know, you know why, right? Why
Because
Israel? No, why Israel always get money is because most of these leaders, their bloodline is traced right back there. They were born there.
so that's one. And then the next thing is that AIPAC has found a way to have somehow collect not from Israel, but collect our money to help fund their interests. So now anything they want, if a senator or someone says they're not going to go for Israel's interests, then they flood the other campaign with money, and they have so much money that sometimes the person who goes against them loses. Not sometimes, most of the time, because it's the money. So
Destroy their character.
we
Yeah,
need our fund. So when we want reparations, that person, we flood their campaign with money that they go for go for what we want. We need some leader, someone, some group, some people. Something, but we need to start making plans. Right now, we're always on the defense. We're
I
always
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying 100%. And remember this. Remember everything that you just said. We already did. We've been there, done that. And what happened?
but see, we're
They
smarter
burnt it
now.
down.
Yeah, but we're smarter. We're somewhat, so I would say we're smarter now, and we understand what they've done, right? Because as you said, even with the Black Panther Party, right? Amazing. You know what they did with COINTELPRO, with the FBI? They would write letters as if they were the person, like Hammonds in charge of
Hmm.
one of them was in Africa, one of them was America, and they wanted to broaden their reach internationally. And FBI came and they would write letters as if they were the person in America writing to Africa, and the person who was, I don't know which country in Africa. So it disbanded them because they wrote things that would make them upset, and that
Hmm.
disband the Black Panther Party. So they've done a lot of evil. So we'd have, before we would publish our group, we probably wouldn't even push it, make it underground, and we would make sure that we are tight, and you only have certain people who know certain things. I don't know. There's just a way. If we can do things a certain way, we can do it and
For
get the
instance,
company out there loud.
All right.
like today,
We're gonna let the respect, and then I'm gonna read these comments. Go ahead, the respecter.
like today, I met three serious guys today. And these guys are serious. And the conversation was the first guy said, "Man, my wife got a brand new kitchen and she don't know to cook."
Hmm.
The other guy said, "My wife just bought a $40,000 car and she don't know to
Oh my
drive."
gosh.
The other guy said, he laughed. He said, "My wife is going on vacation with 100 condoms and she don't have a penis."
Oh!
Yeah, where you get them joke from?
Jamaica. Only Jamaica.
Oh my God.
Hey, Conrad says, that's a good one.
Hey,
Conrad says,
cuz,
huh?
who him sound like a while ago? Him not sound like daddy and uncle a while ago.
For real.
Yeah, man, for real, man.
Oh, jokes. Oh my goodness. Conrad says, crank it. Julie says, I feel like if the government is shut down, then they shouldn't be getting paid either. But they are still getting paid while we, the people, are suffering. How are we supposed to pay our rent? Conrad says, House of Congo wanted this for America for years. ICE budget is bigger than the army. And Conrad also says we need polygamy. If not, stop complaining about everything in the black tribe. And Donna started laughing. Donna have laughing emojis.
Polygamy.
Exactly. Where you came with that?
Well, I don't know.
How's that gonna help?
He
I don't know
just
how
You went
he's
left.
excited.
You went
Hey,
left.
hey,
He
that
trying to
one kept
sow
me
the
quiet
votes.
because I'm like, yeah, where that one came from, like, you know,
You went left with that one.
He
Where
is
was
real excited.
Woo.
that
Conrad,
was that was a funny one
Queen.
though. I ain't gonna lie, it was a funny one. It was worth it. It was worth it.
it was worth it. It was worth
Yeah.
it. It was worth it. The respect to you got to give us that one again. Oh my goodness. Man, I'm telling you, listen, This we took too long on 47, but it was necessary.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was
And guess, go ahead.
necessary, and we still didn't even get to the Civil War yet.
Yes, not only the
But
Civil
but guess
War.
what? But guess what? All them things boil down to it though.
The Civil War,
Yes.
right?
Exactly, because to how people acting right now, man, it's crazy. Down here in Florida, I seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Like people is
Yeah.
real upset right now, and I know New York is the same thing because I be talking to my son, talking to Benji, talking to Joseph, and yeah, it's getting real crazy, and it's not just the United States, worldwide.
It's worldwide. It's
Exactly.
I have a clip, but I'm not gonna play it. And next week we could deal on that one with what's going on worldwide, the mental state of the world,
Yeah.
just
But
the
they,
mental
everybody,
state of
It's
America.
like it's like a
people,
meltdown. It's like a melting pot, ready, just getting
Facts.
ready.
because
Ready to blow.
everybody's having issues in their country. All the people who are not wealthy are being pushed down and treated like we don't have rights and that we can be pushed around. So
It's not.
everybody's angry and everybody's up in arms and like we're not having this.
But remember, a lot of these leaders for the different countries and stuff got paid from 37 and their people. You get what I'm saying? To treat the people
You
how
mean
they treating them right now.
Yeah,
our president? We been 47?
47.
47? Like everybody get
Hey,
frustrated with this
hey,
person, right?
y'all don't miss Jai.
Yeah.
Jai, what you saying? You say
Yeah, Jai.
something? Go ahead, Jai. I'm sorry, we didn't hear
I
you.
no, I didn't say anything. I was just agreeing.
Okay, okay.
No,
I
said
know we're
that's what
trying
I
to
said
move.
too. I said it's waiting to
Sorry.
blow. They ready to throw a temper tantrum like terrible twos.
Hmm.
Yes, exactly. But I
Okay.
just want to say, as you said, what is wrong with 47? What is he's been doing a lot of stuff with the shooting the boats, with releasing criminals, the guy from Binance, he's released him from prison, released
Remember,
George Santos from prison, knocked
remember,
down the historical building of the east wing of the White House when he said he was going to add on and he knocked it down.
No, they started the ballroom. They started.
The
Yeah, but
East
they said it
Wing.
was supposed to
They're
be
doing the
add
East Wing.
on, but he actually
Yeah,
90,000.
down.
they call it the ballroom.
Yeah, it's 90,000 square feet.
That's
Okay. And
ridiculous.
And
that's where they said the first ladies used to have their offices on that side.
hmm
Where
that's
it's
not
Oh
true.
my gosh.
That's
and
Congress,
it's his. They said it's his
90,000.
money.
Yeah, and it's a historical building though.
90,000. That's not accurate.
90,000,
She said
90,000
square
Yeah,
square
it
foot.
don't make sense.
90,000.
Exactly.
Conrad says, tell black folks to save their anger and bullets. Tell them.
Okay.
Sharon says
Okay.
it's going to be even crazier when people get hungry. Remember, an hungry man is an angry man. Listen,
So
I
they're kind of hungry.
I
Hungry.
just used that phrase.
Yeah.
Yes, yesterday I said it when I read about the SNAP and that how many people is not getting food. I said, well, when these people are hungry, they'll become angry. Uh,
But
angry,
but
hungry man is an angry man. So
but cause
yeah,
serious talk, they know what they're doing because in order for them to pass certain laws, they have to pass like martial laws or state of emergency and stuff like that, and that's what they're trying to push right now. The
Yep.
agenda. They're
Yep.
pushing the agenda so hard right now.
you know
Yeah.
what? I was reading something. Oh my gosh. I was reading something earlier this morning. Now, when you just mentioned it about the martial law
Yes.
that 47 and them is planning
Oh
for,
yes.
I have to find that article because I just bypassed it really. I didn't read the full of it. But now that you really mentioned that, I gotta find that article back and I'll bring it for next week.
Yes, because listen, when they push martial law or a state of emergency, they control everything, and all our rights go out the window. All
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
Curfews.
And
Curfews.
they knew the Democrats were going to push back on this.
Oh yes.
It's playing out how they want it to.
Hmm.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh boy.
November 19.
Who?
November
November
19th.
19, 2025.
Uh-huh.
Everything's coming back to normal.
Mhm.
So
All right.
God is going to show up himself.
When you say everything is
All
coming
right.
back to normal, meaning
God himself is going to show up and reverse everything that's being planned by the evil forces.
From your mouth to God ears.
Yes. November
Wait,
You're coming with one of the raptures.
that's what I was about to say. You
19.
missed the
Birthday.
rapture.
November 19.
Hmm.
November
Peace,
19th. I'm gonna put it up, you know. I'm
peace
gonna put
on earth.
here on earth. Everything is gonna come back to what natural. Make
Also,
America great again.
also, yes, also, Holiness is not going to be prime minister in Jamaica.
Oh
Wait,
who?
boy.
wait a minute. November the 19th.
November the 19th.
I'm gonna write it down. You know, let me write it. So we can come back to you. We're gonna come back to you November the 19th, you know.
That's
November the
right.
19th. You
Right,
said
sir.
Paul is not
All
gonna
right.
be the government of
Holiness won't
Jamaica.
be prime minister, and
I,
everything
I
will be
see.
back natural.
Listen. The
Wait a
hunger
minute.
I,
we the hunger we are list a worldwide civil war,
Wait a minute.
Papa.
Wait a
You
let me
minute.
know.
tell you. You know why I know that?
Let the respecters finish. Go ahead.
You know what? Why I know that?
Yeah.
A few nights ago,
Mhm.
I went to hell with the sun,
Oh boy.
and Satan said, "What you do here? Get out!" So I left hell with the sun.
Respect. What's going on with you tonight now?
I don't know.
You got some
What's
rum?
going
Hey,
on?
we need a drink after that show, yeah, and cause for real. Yeah, man.
Well, you gotta lie in the mood though, because this issues
No, I
are
said the sun.
woo.
All right,
Hey,
let's
him
get
got the laughing break. I like that.
listen,
Oh
listen,
gosh.
listen. We have to bring humor into it because you know what? If everything is all serious, all of us will go mad.
Two thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
it's
of us will
so
go mad.
intense.
So we have to definitely love up the respecter. We have to love up Jai because sometimes Jai will throw in some funny acts up in there, here
Mhm.
and there in her storyline. We have to big up all of us because all of us will throw something up in there. But those two always have a way of interjecting something. She would text and say, "Bring this topic up," and I'll bring this topic up, and it just bring us all the way to the left. And so the respect. So we, you know, we have to laugh off some of the madness that we
True.
are faced with, you know, daily, each and every day. We have to laugh off some of the madness because we would just get mad sick and no good. if we
Exactly.
if we follow all of these stuff. We haven't touched the children, and I don't know if we even need to touch the whinings with the pastor. What's his CC whining brother? What's his name? That was asking the young lady, asked the congregation for money, and didn't got the $1,000. Next week we'll bring that up.
Or watch her too.
That
Yeah.
says Hurricane Melissa mashing up Jamaica, and that was one of the things that was in our reasoning as well. Thanks for that, DJ VJ Smiles, big up. And that's one of the things that Queen kept talking about. Check on your people in Jamaica because they are being hit direct in Jamaica. I heard that it mash up some Haiti and oh my god,
And Haiti don't need nothing else.
Dominican Republic. And it was either supposed to skim Jamaica on the skirts, but Queen had earlier said to me that the rain is there, that hurricane is going to plummet Jamaica, and it appears that it really is doing that. So, you know, definitely pray for your family members. Like up the live, like up the live, like up the live. We just gotta pray that your family members, check on your family members down there, and make sure that they are all right. Okay, make sure that they are all right. Okay, just pray for them, and we definitely just keep them in our prayers. Hurricane Jamaica. Jamaica is facing an active hurricane season this year. All right, so we have a lot more of that coming. Tropical storm Melissa is barely moving, and that's one of the things too. It is barely moving. It's moving slow.
And it's strengthening, yeah.
Yeah, it's moving very slowly. And you know, when they move slow, that makes it even worse. You know what I'm saying? And at least Andrew and the masses there, the weather department in Jamaica, they did issue a hurricane watch as a dangerous tropical storm. Okay, so I hope that a lot of the islanders have gotten the necessary supplies that they needed and buckle down. All right. I haven't heard gotten any updates from anyone. I'm definitely going to make 1 and 2 calls when I get off the air as well, and to make sure that persons down there are good. Okay. All right. So thanks for that update. DJ VJ Smiles, blessings to you on that update for Jamaica. And man, I'm telling you, we have you know, we want to say big shouts to You Choose Radio, and we want to say big shouts to Victorious 89.1 FM that also carries this program. And big shouts to all of the listeners. If you're listening to us via any of the social medias, we want to say blessings to you and thank you for joining us. We want to say if you're listening via our website at www.dapowerhouseradio.com, we want to say blessings to you. If you're listening to the TuneIn app, we want to say blessings to you. If you're listening to us via our telephone line at 667-930-9036, we want to say blessings to you. Any of the other apps as well that you're listening to us, we want to thank you all for joining us. We want to invite you all to listen to the Lady D Show, my program, each and every Saturdays from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., where I give you your news, your views, your entertainment headliners, the best in all genres of music. Joke of the day: did you know what you know about it? Make sure that you join me each and every Saturdays, 12 to 4 p.m. On Sundays is all about love, nothing but love. You know, if you love yourself, if you have your lover, if you have your significant other, yeah, join us for All About Love. We give you your love colors, your love poems, your love numbers, your love questions, and the best in love music each and every Sundays. That's from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make sure that you join us. And this is Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And folks, so we're not take back time. If you're missing a little bit of Reasoning Thursdays, you're missing a lot of Reasoning Thursdays. We're here with nothing but the best in information given to you each and every Thursday night. And we ask you to definitely correspond with us. You could call in, you could text in, however you feel, that's fine. Sharon says Jamaica is God bless. We bind it in the name of the Almighty. Blessings, blessings, definitely. Listen, where we're going. We're gonna talk about Pastor Whining.
No,
Do y'all want to talk about Pastor Whining?
I just got a message from the Sabina show.
Who?
Sabina show.
Who's Sabina
The
show?
reggae thing.
Oh, okay. Sabrina Park.
Yeah,
Sabrina Park. Yeah, go ahead.
something that said there was some sucking of lollipop on stage.
Sabrina Park concert in Jamaica.
Yes, some of the artists was on there and there was being some lollipop, sucking up lollipop.
Don't mind it. Don't mind it. I'm calling you out. I want to know what's going on. Who's sucking up lollipop?
I don't know.
I'm gonna get that information for my show for Saturday for the Lady D show. And we're also interviewing oh my God, Ross. What's his name? The respecter Ross.
Rita?
No, oh my goodness, I'll get it to you.
I don't know.
No, not Eisenhower. He's a part of the coronation program that's happening for
Raga.
Ragalax. Yeah, Ragalax gonna be on the program Saturday. Yeah, but listen, the children. Let's jump to the children since we're not. Oh, you said entertainment. Entertainment, we're gonna just skimmage it because I don't know what happened at the concert in Jamaica, and I need to research what happened in that concert because I want to know. I definitely want to know. I'm hearing some crazy stuff going on. Rastafari is on the stage with other things and so on. So but we're gonna discuss the entertainment. I guess next week we could get into it in its entirety. What do you think? The respected. Do you have more information on that, or do we need to just
The
buy?
reason why our brother don't want to tell us what's going on, he don't deal with certain things. Anything freaky, he don't
Yeah.
want to be part of it. So there's some freaky business going on,
Okay. Okay.
and it's not. Some people don't expect certain things from Rastas, so it's kind of make you wonder if that person's a real Rasta. But then again, is there a real Rasta anywhere?
Yeah, I know a lot of real Rastafari. I know a lot of individuals who is real
I'm not talking about
Rastafari.
bubble. I'm
My,
talking about Rasta.
and it doesn't have to be a bubble. My brother is a real Rastafari man. I mean, and living by the ethics and laws of that, the principles of that. Yeah. So there are some real, but I think a lot of entertainers, because I wouldn't even generalize it as it necessarily would be total Rastafari. I would say a lot of entertainers, they bow down to the system, you know, and out of for money, they sell their souls. And I think that that's something that is big in the entertainment field in general, is persons just selling themselves for money,
Yeah, fame and riches.
fame and riches. So I think that that is one of the things that's going on in music right now, where you can't differ whom is real and whom is not real in the culture. What do you think about that? 100 bars. Oh, I muted him. Did I mute?
Because it was I was just looking at just the American side of it, but it's like it reaches every genre of music right now,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
language, everywhere. And it's
You
not
know,
only the music. We're talking about everyday walk of life.
yeah. I
People
don't
selling out to be something, or for fame or something.
yeah, I don't think anyone or anything is exempt with
Exactly.
that, So it, I don't think music is even like music ought to be, you know. And we could touch a little bit more entertainment, but let's go back into. I wanted to touch some stuff with the kids, with the children. There was a teacher, and this one I really wanted to bring forth, and which this is where I feel that parents needs to be in the school system. Parents really need to be in the school system, and getting to know their teachers, making their presence. You know, when my kids went to school, we're all in school, even in college and stuff like that. Um, I made myself present. I volunteered. I did things that I needed to do to be in there. This teacher is going. This day we're singing this individual, this young girl, happy birthday, a happy birthday song. And then after the class finish singing, then she's going to say, a Caucasian teacher to a melanated skin child is going to say that, do you want to hear a funny part, a funny side of the song, of the song Happy Birthday? And the child is going to say to them, yes, I would like to hear the funny side to the store to the singing Happy Birthday. So she started to sing, happy birthday to you. You live in a zoo. You smell like a monkey. And you act like one too. Everyone's quiet. A teacher sings this to a little child.
You wait for that teacher outside in the parking lot.
A
Yeah,
teacher
listen.
sings this to a child, and then you know what the biggest outrage of it all is. This teacher felt that it was fine to record it and send it to this child's parents.
But that's a lawsuit too.
Yeah,
Okay?
I remember hearing about this story, reading the story, and the child was very upset. The mom was very upset, you know,
Very.
and the teacher didn't feel any way about it. And that's what we talk about. You have these people who are raised with certain beliefs, and then they become teachers and have diverse children to teach, and they don't know how to connect with them. They only know what they know and
Yeah.
what they choose to know, and to inflict emotional pain. And they think it's funny, and it's not. It's disgusting.
It's
I don't,
disgusting.
I
It's
don't even
disgusting.
see. I don't even see like me as a teacher because I'm an educator. So I
Okay.
don't even see myself saying, "Okay, guys, here's a funny one. You
Here's
you
a
look like a
funny
monkey. What would that? And you smell like one. What? How,
see, here it is. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because I just wanted to play it. Hold on. Listen
oh,
to this.
After singing happy birthday to one of her students. Now, the issue is that she switched up the lyrics. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear legend. Happy birthday to you. And after the class sung happy birthday, the teacher asked Legend if he wanted to hear a funny version. And this is what she sung. Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey, and you sound like one too. The teacher then sent this video to Legend's mom, who said she didn't find anything funny about this.
Could you all hear that clear? I don't know if you all were hearing that clear.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear it very clear.
And giggling. And the point of her giggling on top of it is, and then once again, she had the nerve. She found
Get to the
nothing
parent.
wrong with it. She herself recorded it and sent it to the mom as if it was something funny. You telling this child. I know that back in when we were younger, we played games with each other, and I heard that song used to come around. But
Yes,
for an
Akina.
adult as a teacher,
Yes.
for
That's
an
a song.
adult as a teacher to sing that song, yes. DJ BJ smiles. Happy birthday! He says my
Hap-
birthday is Sunday.
Happy birthday,
Birthday.
Conrad. Enjoy.
That is crazy. Another one in regards to the children. There was a 12-year-old boy that came from school and went home and his parents moved out.
Oh, I read about that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I read that's crazy because the boyfriend didn't want any more to do with the son. So the mom moved out while he was at school. Oh, he went to the neighbor to prove that was crazy.
Yeah. Debbie Butler says, I saw this video, and what makes it worse, some black people in the comment section don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Oh, and that is a problem.
Well, you have a lot of black people. You have a lot of black people who has voted for 47 and still to this day don't think that there's nothing wrong with it. I wonder where their minds are.
Yeah, because we already know, right? Historically, that white people would say to black people that you're a monkey to just as a downplay with the monkey and the fried chicken and the watermelon. Like there's a historical meaning and history behind using those terms.
That's
So
that's that's like an N word.
exactly. So you don't say those words. You don't say something like that. And then you as a teacher, hee hee, funny, hee hee. She like she want Pitney. You wonder if she a teacher supposed to have some type of mental faculties to be able to handle that position and educated to take tests and you wonder what's wrong with her. She misses some screws.
Some screws.
So she's laughing. Hee 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 hee.
And I'm hoping that parent takes it all the way to the top,
Oh,
climb
she
whatever
plans to.
ladder that parent has to climb and get something done about that
Yes.
teacher, because and let her see if she giggle on what the outcome is to her, because I mean,
Yeah.
this is beyond verbal abuse.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if she could have sang the song in a funny way, a funny voice, that would have
I mean,
been
I
funny.
mean, don't even sing the song, period,
No,
because
no, not that. I mean when they sang the
don't
happy
know what
birthday
type
song.
of, you don't even know what type of what's the word I'm looking for? You don't even know what kind of help me out, MC. Self, you know, like you don't know self-esteem. You don't even know how this child's self-esteem is
Yeah.
to be calling that child out of his name.
Is that,
That's
no, I don't mean to sing the song. Sing that part is. I mean, sing the regular happy birthday song. Okay, let me sing it in another voice, a squeaky voice. Happy birthday to you know what I mean. She could have changed it. She could have sang in a different the happy birthday song, not the monkey part.
yeah,
Just the regular song. That could have been funny. The kids would have laughed if she sang it. But it's his birthday. Like, why were you even doing all of that? You're not at home with your family.
yeah. I see 100 bars want to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably an everyday thing for her that she do in her house and stuff like that. That she feel comfortable enough to say in front of a class full of kids, and on the video at that, and to send it to the parents is diabolical. Like like who does that?
Who does that?
Or or do we think that this woman is just actually clueless?
Yeah, she is.
She's actually clueless
Yeah.
because to send it to the parent, make a video with, she's clueless.
I mean, she
Okay, so I just feel like at some point and at some age, certain things are a choice and not like learned behavior. You are too old to not know that that's not okay.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Mhm.
You're
And you're a teacher, so that means you have some sort of education.
Yeah.
yeah,
You read a book or two. You
yeah.
Yeah.
knew that was inappropriate.
You
Yeah.
knew that was
Yeah.
inappropriate. You
If that was Ray Ray, Ray Ray would have punched him out.
yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, that's madness. But
Mhm.
man, our time is coming down. Just want to say kudos to the Justice Department. I don't know if it's actually justice. Um, but they have came down with the sentences for the individuals finally after how many years have this been going on with the Ahmaud Arbery's case.
Okay.
Yeah, are you all well, I know you all have to be familiar. MC, you familiar with that case with the young black guy who was jogging and the white folks came in the car and blocked him and
Yeah.
it came to a tussle and he lost his
Yes.
life. Yeah, so they have been charged with one count of murder,
Okay.
life in prison, and another count of felony murder with life in prison. So I'm hoping that this states that they will never ever get out of prison. Um,
Yeah.
with no chance of parole. That's
That's right.
the verdicts were, the sentences were. So that's great. Also want to give an update to the Atlanta Massive, and this is just some what you call it, FYI, and it was sent to me by a listener and says, Lady D, you and the panel really need to discuss this or bring it out there. But I don't know if we really need to discuss it. I'll just put it out there and make it aware that Atlanta has 20,000 HIV cases
Yes.
within the last 8 months, it's saying. So
Mhm. I think I even shared that too.
there, you share that. People out there, make sure that you all are not out there not covering yourself. How about you just become celibate for a minute and
Yes.
get to know the individuals whom you all are with.
And
And
test before you do it, and then wait 6 months again to test again.
yeah, and I wouldn't even have brought it up if it wasn't necessarily brought to me.
Necessary. It's necessary.
It's something that's
It
very
is.
necessary.
In 8 months,
It's
that's
8 months. It's
that's
out there
wild.
in
People
the
up here
past
doing
8 months.
having erotic parties with like 20 people
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's a lot. In
Back
And
eight months,
the
that
worst part of it is a husband bringing it home to wife and a wife bringing it home to husband.
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
and that's Georgia too.
And
Yeah.
that's
Sorry to
Georgia.
tell you,
That's
that's Georgia too. So the wife letting the husband think say he had the card party with his bunch of friends, and they do a little bit more than what you think they are.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon says if 47 was not in, she would think twice of what she says. It's something that she wanted to do for a long time. And you know what? It is so that statement right there, Sharon, is so true because you're seeing it more and more and more that persons are just doing and saying all sorts of racist things
Yes.
and making jokes that are not funny, um you know, in in distaste to a melanated skin person. So yeah,
It's true.
he's out, so everything is
Yeah,
out
he says okay, and they've been wanting to do this for so long,
for
and he
so
made
long.
okay, and they just it's like a bubble burst, and they just releasing it.
You know, everyone is coming out. Look at that. Look at the Chick-fil-A, you know,
Oh,
and
yeah, with the cop, right?
Chick-fil-A, yeah, the cop, the police officer. Now, in support of the police officers, them the white police officers that went in there and got the food free, and the black officers, all of them should have gave back their food.
But they felt I don't know what they I don't know what they did, right? But they did say it was unfair.
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
No, no, the white
Oh
police
yeah,
officer.
the white police officer said it was unfair, but I think that to show solidarity, I think that they all should have left together and say, "F off
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A," and file a report
and
that
went
this
somewhere
is
else.
not acceptable. But you all are going to sit there and eat the free food and leave your colleague who have to pay for the food. That is, I mean, where I I I just found something. Oh, the respecter. I found something. I totally found something wrong with that. Of you
Yes.
taking the food, and then Chick-fil-A is going to make statements about it was they have to do more staff training. It was taken out of context. What is taken out of context?
No, they're all wearing a uniform.
They're all in the same uniform. Oh,
Exactly.
I don't even want to get mad because when I read the article, I was on 10.
Yeah.
They're all in the same uniform.
Yeah.
What
And they're all standing there talking together. And you're like, okay, here's your free meal. Here's your free meal. Here's your free meal. And number four, oh,
it's
your nope.
it's $15 for you.
What?
You know, it's I mean, this same thing happened even in because this happened in where? Maryland or South Carolina, Clover, South Carolina. And then it happened also in Maryland, okay, when one of the servers wrote on the man's ticket monkey.
Oh,
So here we goes with this monkey lingua once again.
and then remember she served your food. You don't even know what she did to your food, man. Before you started, she put that in.
Okay, listen, we have to go. We have to go. Go ahead, 100 bars. You were saying something, and I'm gonna give Jai a minute to say something to respect her, and then we have to sign off. Go ahead. You're muted. Let me see if you gotta unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Just last week, I dropped off my sons to school, and I was a little bit like I said, I'm gonna buy something to eat real quick. I pull over to this store that sells chicken and whatever, just food in general. So I stepped in. I heard, "Excuse me, sir." I turned around. This white guy held up a banana to me. "Don't you like this?" I was like, "Yo, listen, man, stop playing with me. You know who I am?" I laughed and walked away. You were like, "All black people like banana. You like banana. I know you like banana." And I really had to call on Father God to give me the strength because I was really ready to go to jail.
What
Get
the
out of
hell you
here.
did?
Yes,
That
just
is-
last week.
You should have told him you like banana. You know you like it. You can stuff it up where you like it.
You know,
But I
I, I,
know.
you
I
know,
know. I
all
know. I
right.
know.
A couple of Mexicans walking behind me, and I ain't gonna lie, they stood up for me too because they was ready to knock him out too.
Oh
All
my
right, black and brown. Let's go.
Yes,
Sharon says, Sharon says they know 47 love to pardon, so say what you will get a free pass. Yeah,
Yeah.
that that's I feel bad to hear that happen to you because I don't.
Yes.
That just makes me mad. But
Yeah.
But
you know
I'm
I'm
what?
telling you,
okay.
man, when that happened, I was like, you know what? I thought about my kids because I was like, you know, if I touch him right now, I'm not gonna leave him. I'm gonna do something real bad to him, you know.
Oh my
Yeah.
Zenton Smith says, "Hi, my daughter has a racist thing at school, so we have had a meeting in the classroom to explain on board. Then the teacher apologized to the principal, my daughter, and family." Well, I'm very happy that you were able to resolve that, Denton Smith. I'm hoping I'm saying your name properly.
Yeah, you're saying it properly.
Yeah, I mean, he say so. We're very glad that you were able to resolve that with the principal and the
Yeah.
teacher and did receive an apology, but also follow up, continue to
Yeah.
follow up on that teacher, you know,
Mhm.
definitely continue to follow up and make sure that they're not trying to do any type of how would you say backlash on your
Yeah.
child for what's taking place.
Apology.
Go ahead,
Exactly.
I
Michelle.
don't want to hear no
No,
apology.
no, I agree. I hear you. To follow, make sure that you don't because you feel safe in school. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
make
don't want to hear no apology, lady.
yeah.
No apology from. Mm-mm.
Our men are on fire tonight. Our men are on our panel, right? They're on fire. Don't mess with them.
Well, you have to start somewhere, and
Yes.
It's not real. They don't mean it. When they apologize, they don't mean it.
they don't mean it, and that is why they may not mean it. Well, they don't mean it, but let's say they don't mean it. Well, we have to start somewhere, and let's watch. That's why I made the statement of making sure that you definitely follow up. You be present. If yourself be present, or your wife, or your girlfriend, or whomever needs to make themselves present into the school a lot more often, you know, and make sure and talk to your child as well and say, okay, we received an apology, but I want you to know that anything that happens, you need to make sure that you continue to tell me
So
what is.
what if you tell your child, lady, say, okay, sing a song back to the teacher. When you wet, you smell like dog. When you wet, you smell like dog.
Oh, oh my gosh. Oh,
It's time for us to get off of the
oh
air.
my gosh.
We love you all. We thank you all. Make sure that you join in with us next week. We always full of information. But if you miss a little bit, that's our motto over here. If you
Respect them,
miss a
man.
little bit, you miss a lot. It's all about Reasoning Thursdays, each and every Thursday, 8
Oh my
p.m.
god.
to 10 p.m. All righty. So just share, and tell a friend and a friend and a family member that we are here, and no topic is off limit. There is no topic off limit over here because our motto is not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty. So that's how we do it right here each and every Thursday. Join me Saturday from 12 to 4 for reasoning. For the Lady D show each and every Saturdays from 12 to 4 p.m. and Sunday. It's all about love. If you love music, then that's the place to be. All about love, nothing but love with your love colors, numbers, and all of these things. All about love each and every Sundays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And as if you want to, you could just keep it locked right here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have a whole host of the best in music. Our music plays 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We want to say big shouts to you, YouTube's Radio. Thanks for carrying our program. Victorious 89.1 FM radio right here in the ATL area. Thanks for always carrying the Powerhouse Radio. Blessings to you and be safe. Like. Share the live. Go over to the YouTube channel if you've missed any of our program. Always go back to YouTube. YouTube, you could always get our programs over there. Panel, you want to say arrivederci?
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night. Welcome, 100 Bars.
Respect, respect.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for joining us tonight,
Yes,
100
thank
Bars.
you.
All right, guys. Bless up.
Denton Smith says, lovely. Blessings to you, Denton Smith.
Thank you, Denton.
And wishing, just wishing you and your family all the best, all the best, all the best in the school. All righty.
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean.
Baby, this one is for you.
Log on to
Morning. If you're not with me, then I'm calling. I need to know where you are.
You can log on to dapowerhouseradio.com to listen to the best in music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Baby, this one is for you.